Welcome aboard, everyone. It is so wonderful to have you here with me again. If you are new to this channel, take a seat and make yourself comfortable. I'm Chloe. I have been a flight attendant for over 12 years, working primarily on domestic routes across the United States and occasionally hopping over to Europe and the Caribbean. I have handed out more pretzels than I can count. I have calmed anxious flyers during thunderstorms, and I have watched hundreds of thousands of passengers walk through that aircraft door. Because I spend my days in airports and airplanes, I notice things. I notice which passengers breeze through security and which ones struggle. I notice who gets upgraded and who gets left behind. And most importantly, I notice that my senior travelers, the passengers I genuinely enjoy serving the most, are often completely unaware of the benefits that are available to them. Today, we are going to change that. I am going to walk you through 12 hidden airline benefits that most people over 65 never hear about. These are not secret insider tricks. These are legitimate policies, federal protections, and airline programs that exist right now. The problem is that nobody tells you about them. The airlines certainly are not advertising these perks on their websites. Gate agents are not handing out flyers. And unless you know to ask, you will never receive these benefits. I had a passenger last month, a lovely woman in her 70s, traveling to see her grandchildren in Denver. She had no idea she could have requested wheelchair assistance to avoid the 20-minute walk to her gate. She did not know her CPAP machine did not count as a carry-on. She paid full price for her ticket when a senior discount would have saved her nearly $80. That conversation inspired this video. So grab a cup of coffee, maybe take some notes, and let us make sure you're getting every single benefit you deserve. Benefit number 1. If you are 75 years or older, you get modified TSA screening. This is official federal policy. Passengers 75 and older can leave their shoes and light jackets on when going through the security checkpoint. You also get an additional pass through the body scanner if there is an anomaly, rather than immediately being pulled aside. The TSA implemented this specifically to make security less stressful for older travelers. Here's the key, though. The system does not always automatically recognize your age. If you are not offered this accommodation, simply let the TSA officer know that you are 75 or older. You can request to remain seated during any additional screening as well. This one small benefit can save you from the hassle of bending down, removing shoes, and then trying to put everything back on while a line of impatient travelers waits behind you. Benefit number 2, free wheelchair and mobility assistance at any age. This is federally mandated under the Air Carrier Access Act. If you have difficulty walking long distances, feel fatigued, or simply do not want to trek across a massive airport terminal, you can request wheelchair or ambulatory assistance completely free of charge. You do not need to prove a disability. You do not need a doctor's note. You do not need to explain yourself. When booking your flight or checking in, simply request the service. An airline employee will meet you at the curb or ticket counter, escort you through security, help with your carry-on bags, and take you directly to your gate. They will even wait with you until boarding begins. Here is the part most people miss. Passengers using wheelchair assistance typically board the aircraft before everyone else, including first class and business class. That means you get first choice of overhead bin space, time to settle into your seat without crowds pressing behind you, and the ability to arrange your belongings exactly how you want them. You can request this service for One Direction only if you prefer. Maybe you feel fine departing from your home airport, but know you will be exhausted on the return trip. The airlines will accommodate either way. Benefit number 3, pre-boarding for passengers who need extra time. Even if you do not need a wheelchair, most airlines allow seniors to request pre-boarding simply by stating they need additional time or assistance to board. No medical documentation is required. Just approach the gate agent before boarding begins and politely say that you are a senior traveler who needs a bit of extra time to get settled. Airlines like American, Delta, and United all accommodate this request. Early boarding means less stress, more time to stow your belongings, and access to pillows and blankets before they run out. Benefit number 4. Medical devices do not count toward your carry-on limit. This is huge. If you travel with a CPAP machine, portable oxygen concentrator, nebulizer, or other medical equipment, these items are not counted as part of your carry-on allowance. You can bring your medical device in its own bag, plus your regular carry-on and personal item. The same applies to mobility aids like canes, walkers, and seat cushions. Airlines are required under federal regulations to accommodate these items without charge. Just make sure your equipment is clearly labeled. And if you plan to use a device like a CPAP during the flight, notify the airline at least 48 hours in advance. Benefit number 5. Senior discounts still exist, but you have to ask. Major airlines, including American, United, and Delta, offer discounts for travelers aged 65 and older, typically ranging from 5 to 15% off select fares. Here's the catch. These discounts are rarely advertised online. You often need to call the airline's reservation line directly and ask for the senior fare. When booking on American Airlines website, use the advanced search option and select Senior 65 Plus from the passenger drop-down menu. With Delta, you may need to call and speak with an agent, as their senior discounts are not always visible online. Southwest Airlines also offers discounts for seniors over 65, available by phone. I know calling feels old-fashioned, but a 5-minute phone call could save you $50 to $100 or more. Benefit number 6. AARP members get substantial flight discounts regardless of age. If you are an AARP member, you have access to exclusive savings that can reach up to $200 off international flights. British Airways offers AARP members $65 off economy tickets and $200 off business class fares on transatlantic routes. You must book through the dedicated AARP portal on the British Airways website to receive these discounts. The AARP Travel Center, powered by Expedia, also offers a $50 gift card when you book flight packages. At just $12 to $16 per year for membership, AARP can pay for itself with a single booking. Even if you are under 65, anyone 50 and older can join the AARP and access these benefits. Benefit number 7. Medications get special treatment at security. If you travel with liquid medications, you are not bound by the standard 3.4-ounce rule. You can bring larger quantities of medically necessary liquids in your carry-on. Just separate them from your other belongings and declare them to the TSA officer at the checkpoint. Pills and solid medications can go through the X-ray in any reasonable quantity. While not required, keeping medications in their original prescription bottles or carrying a doctor's note can speed up the process if questions arise. Never pack essential medications in checked luggage. If your bag gets lost, you do not want to be without your heart medication in a strange city. Benefit number 8. TSA Cares provides personalized assistance. The TSA has a dedicated helpline called TSA Cares specifically for travelers with disabilities, medical conditions, or anyone who needs additional assistance. Call them at 855-787-2227, at least 72 hours before your flight. They can arrange for a passenger support specialist to meet you at the checkpoint and guide you through screening. This service is free and incredibly helpful if you have concerns about medical devices, implants, or mobility issues. The specialists receive training specifically on assisting travelers with medical conditions, and they can make the screening process significantly smoother. Benefit number 9. Damaged wheelchairs and mobility devices must be repaired or replaced. If an airline damages or loses your wheelchair, scooter, or other mobility device, they are required by federal law to repair or replace it with a comparable model at no cost to you. This is not optional. Document the condition of your equipment before you fly, including photos and serial numbers. If you notice any damage upon arrival, report it immediately to the gate agent or baggage service office before leaving the airport. Airlines take these claims seriously because the penalties for non-compliance are steep. Benefit number 10. You can request bulkhead or extra legroom seats for medical reasons. If you have a condition that requires extra space, such as a leg brace, circulation issues, or difficulty bending your knees, you can request seating accommodations. While airlines cannot guarantee specific seats, they are required to make reasonable efforts to accommodate passengers with disabilities. Call the airline's accessibility desk when booking and explain your needs. You may be able to access seats with additional legroom without paying the usual upgrade fee. Benefit number 11. Companion assistance through security. If you have Alzheimer's, dementia, or another condition that makes it difficult to navigate security alone, your travel companion can accompany you through the entire screening process. Just inform the TSA officer at the checkpoint. The companion will need to be re-screened afterward, but this policy ensures you are never separated during a confusing or stressful moment. This also applies if you have a caregiver helping you travel. Benefit number 12. Frontier Airlines offers one of the biggest senior discounts in the industry. If you are 55 or older, Frontier has offered promotions with discounts up to 55% off base fares on select flights. These deals come and go, so check their website regularly or sign up for their email alerts. When available, these promotions can save you hundreds of dollars on domestic and international travel. The eligibility age of 55 makes this accessible earlier than most other senior programs. Now, here is my action plan for your next trip. Before you book, call the airline and ask about senior fares. Yes, actually pick up the phone. When booking online, look for the senior passenger option in the search settings. Request wheelchair or mobility assistance if you want early boarding and help through the airport, even if you only want it for the longer walks between terminals. Pack medical devices separately and know they do not count toward your carry-on limit. Call TSA Cares at 85-578-722227 at least 72 hours before if you have any medical concerns or questions about screening procedures. Document your mobility equipment with photos before checking it. And if you are 75 or older, politely inform the TSA officer to access modified screening so you can keep your shoes and light jacket on. One more tip. Print this list or save this video to your phone. When you get to the airport and feel overwhelmed, you will have everything you need right at your fingertips. Knowledge is power, especially when navigating a busy airport. I know this is a lot to remember, but here is the truth. These benefits exist because our system recognizes that travel should be accessible for everyone. You have earned the right to travel comfortably. You should not have to struggle through security or pay full price when discounts are available. The airlines and TSA have these programs in place. You just need to know they exist and ask for them. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sharing this information with a friend or family member who travels could make their next trip so much easier. In my next video, I will be covering the new rules for traveling with medication internationally, including which countries have strict regulations you absolutely need to know about before you pack. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Travel safely, ask for what you need, and I will see you in the skies. Bye, everyone.